Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of V-Swarm Gaming. So I will try to make this short because I know my other episodes are long. Once I get talking, I just seem to keep going and going. So I'm going to make this short. Alright, so yesterday was a full day of farming Black Bear's mythical quest. It was the last quest. It had to do with farming every field 50 million. Those of you who have done it know that the hardest thing is the last two, red and blue, 1 billion. Okay, so I chose to do Pepperfield and Pinefield, and that were the two biggest fields I believe that could get me to 1 billion. When I got those done, I got the mythic egg, and it sucks because I had a choice of waiting to see if I could get 200 comments, but based on how things were going, I could not, and I did not want to wait, so I hatched it. I'll try to find another way of getting people the free Robux. I'm not making videos, so it didn't happen this time, but it will happen. I still am going to get the gift cards. Still watch the videos. It's an incentive. So there we go. Okay, so let's first do the routine. Let's do the routine. Let's go in here. Open the menu. We need oil. Let's make some more oil. Ooh, I can only do one oil, which means I'm going to have to do sunflower field eventually. Okay, so this is what I want to talk about initially. First, we want to know the mythic egg. If you weren't there and you haven't checked it out, I got spicy. I replaced spicy with a fire bee. Why? Because it's just a general upgrade. Spicy bee was not gifted, even though I had the star treat from Panda Bear. Who did I give the star treat to? If I remember, I gave the star treat to this guy right here. Why did I give it to Tadpole Bee? Is there something special about Tadpole Bee that I had to give it to? No. I gave it to Tadpole Bee because in an on-it mission, I need the Baby Loot, Lucky Loot heart. And other than him, the only one is Baby Bee, and I got rid of Baby Bee to get this guy, Brave Bee. Now, Baby Bee does absolutely nothing in my mind except for that one token, which respawns very slowly, and a Mythic Bee, which are great without being gifted. I saw that when being gifted, Tadpole Bee will give it, and I don't need to gift it for a long time. I saw that Panda Bee does. I wasn't in a hurry to get the star treat, and when I did, I said, all right, let's do it. Now, another part of this video is how am I building my hive? Because if you look at my hive, it actually looks like a noob hive. I am playing as a noob, but I'm playing it as a noob hive. Now, there is actually a structure to my hive. I have several bees that are 12s, okay? The other day I had 3,700,000,000 money, okay? Now I upgraded one of my bees to a 12 that was the spicy bee. I have a photon bee that's a 12, and I have a vicious bee that's a 12. I made several bees a 11, the lion bee, and what else did I do? Maybe that was the only one that I did to a 11. I don't think so. Was it this guy? No. No, it was Tabby Bee. Tabby Bee and Lion Bee I did to a 11. And then I did several to a 10. I'm not even going to guess on that because there's other 10s and I forgot. Maybe I did several to like a 9. The one that comes to mind uh, was the rad bee, and I think I did one from a 9 to a 10, and that was the puppy bee. The reason for that, I believe, is the tokens come out faster, and of course the other stats go up, and puppy bee is a good farmer. 251, and of course the attack stays the same. He's a good gatherer, so now this just makes him a better gatherer. Now, when I gifted up the bees, okay, I went and fought Krabby coincidentally, and the time dropped 3 minutes. Okay, now here's the thing about the bees that I gifted, other than tadpole bee. Remember I said that the bees that I made to a 12, which was Spicy Bee. Spicy Bee has that passive, right? Spicy Bee has that passive of the flames. Now I got the other Spicy Bee, which is a 9, which also has the flames, but it's a 9, which is going to be 33% or even less. Maybe it's still at 33% when fighting Krabby. So can't really count on that. But the 12 you can, because if it's near Krabby, if the flames hit Krabby, it's going to be like 100%, right? So with that passive, it's kind of like Vicious Bee. It's not, burst damage, but it does gathering. So no matter where it is, it does gathering. And if it's near Krabby, it's going to do damage, right? So that's why I did it, because I figure if it's at 12, it has a double passive to Krabby. Gather and hurt. Gather and hurt. And that's why I did 12. You want to pick out certain bees that have passives, that have gathering, that have hurt all the time. And that's what I'm doing. Other individuals, like this guy over here, is doing the same thing as my main, which is he's at 42 bees and he's evening things out with level 10s. And in fact, a lot of players, that's what they do. On my main account, I'm doing the same thing. I'm making sure that no bee is without one level of each other, except for Windy Bee and Vicious Bee, who are at 15s, and I did that purposely so they could fight faster, they could fight more. When they go to Snail, when they go to Krabby, they take the majority of the damage away. And I've noticed that when I did them up to 15s, because 15 is kind of the highest level, because after that, things just get like really hard. I mean, you have to like fast farm uh, every single day, a couple times a day, just to get close to like 1B, right? And maybe you'll be able to level up 1B every 3 days, 4 days per week. So anyway, I was able to get Tabby Bee to a level 11, and Tabby Bee will actually be my next 12, or it actually might be Music Bee to a level 11, because one of those two bees, I'm going to need a Farmer Bee. But Tabby Bee is a good choice, Now, here's a problem that I'm also coming across, is you have a Lion Bee, which if I can change this to energy, which I might, because it has a high attack, if I can change this to gathering, or more likely energy, this is good. Now, here's another thing, right, is I went to Ant Challenge, and I was amazed at how fast the ants were falling, which only means that my bees were gathering pollen really fast, okay, which is kind of a troubling factor, because if they're gathering pollen fast, it means that they're not killing ants as fast. And in this game, you need to balance. You need to balance the killing along with the farming. They're farming faster than they're killing, which is why sometimes my scores in Ant Challenge is like in the 60s and the 70s. Other times I can bring them all the way down to like above 150s. So I need a consistent score of 150 and above like I do have in my main account. So it got me thinking, if I'm consistently right now farming, pollinating in a very fast pace, I really don't need a mask per se to get there. I really don't need a mask per se. It'd be nice to get something that has a better attack. The better attack would be the fire mask or the clogs. The clogs are 15 billion. That would be difficult to get. I mean, I would have to save up and save up and save up and resist the spending of it, which would be difficult. I could kind of see like how much I could get per day in farming. Like I have 1 billion now, and I actually want to spend it. If I get my bees higher, they could pollinate faster. So it's kind of like a playing game. Playing game. Like right now, I'm growing my tropical drinks and my oil and all the crafting material for the coconut clogs. 15 billion, it sounds like a lot, but maybe it isn't. Maybe it isn't. But the masks, I'm pretty happy with the honey mask. And the guards, I got the best guards. So that's kind of something that you have to think about is I'm going at this from a very unorthodox point of view. You know, other individuals, they would say, get another hive slot. Try to get up to 40. Try to get them all up to 10. You know, you get some that are above 10. That's great. So make them to 11s. But at least get them up to 10. I disagree because the difference between like 9 and 10 is okay. But if they're not gifted, there's really, I think, no reason to. Keep them at 9s. Look at the ones that are gifted and say, is this something that deserves like a 10? I have the carpenter bee at a 10. He survives. He has a decent like attack. He has a good gathering. By leveling him up, he's not going to like greatly improve his gathering. His health isn't going to greatly improve. Nothing about him is going to greatly improve. But there's other bees that are going to greatly improve. Even the lion bee is going to improve more than some of the gifted bees. Just the energy. I mean, like 405, right? So you have to look at certain bees and say, you know, I'd rather gift those up. Tabby bee, definitely. Tabby bee, definitely. Gummy bee, I actually don't need to right now. The twins. The twins are something that I want to make, but not right now. Not right now. Fuzzy bee, eventually. I want to change his mutation. That's something that's very important. Bear bee, I want to increase the energy. His attack is okay, but I don't really need to. I mean, if I can get this up to like 500, 400 or 500, that would be great. Vicious bee is definitely one bee that I always want to look at and say, if I could increase his burst damage, that would be great. Because my goal is to get Krabby to sub 10 with this hive. If I can get Krabby to sub 10 minutes with this hive, I would actually be amazed. Just because of the fact that I really believe, that Vicious Bee alone can take down Krabby quite a bit. I think if you take Krabby, Spicy, a couple lions, and maybe take the other Spicy, bring him up to 11, so half of his hits hit, and maybe you find the right anti-amulet. Maybe you find the right star, the right golden star. Change those things around. I think you can get a good combination. I think you can get a good hive composition without getting another hive. Now, are other individuals doing things wrong by making their hive all tens? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Look at Tom. Tomahawk made it all tens and he got the gummy mask. That's how you're supposed to do it. This is my alt, so I'm obviously going to do it a different way. Why not? Do it a different way. See if it works. Alright, so that's just kind of like my thoughts on how to build a hive differently and see if it works.